Most of the good in the world doesn't make headlines. It just keeps showing up in small, stubborn ways. Welcome to the small signal, the man who never missed a snowstorm. Every winter in Detroit, the same thing happens. The snow comes in sideways. The wind cuts through layers like it has personal business. Side streets disappear under white silence while the main roads turn into gray rivers of slush and brake lights. And every winter, before the plow has ever reached this block, a path appears. Not a full sidewalk, and not a perfect clearing. Just a narrow, shovel-wide ribbon carved through the snow. Porch to porch, mailboxes, bus stop, corner store, church parking lot. Nobody ever saw who did it. People just woke up to it. At first, folks assumed it was the city, or maybe one of the younger guys trying to make a few bucks. But no one ever knocked asking for payment. No flyers. No tracks leading back to a truck or crew. Just a path, waiting for morning boots. One year a heavy storm dumped nearly a foot overnight. Power flickered. Phones buzzed with school closures and late openings. Cars struggled to climb the side streets. But the path was still there by sunrise. That was the morning that Miss Evelyn decided she was going out to find out who was doing this. Miss Evelyn had lived on the block since the late 1970s, raised 3 kids there, buried a husband, watched factories close, neighbors move, houses go dark and then come alive again with new families and new music. She moved slower now. Arthritis made winter a negotiation instead of a season. That narrow path was the difference between staying inside and getting to her doctor's appointment. So that morning she stood by her window with her coffee and waited. And at around 6:30 she saw him. An older man, gray beard, dusted with snow. He had a worn-out Carhartt jacket and a shovel that had seen better decades. He moved steady, not fast, like someone who understood that rhythm beats speed when you're in it for the long haul. He cleared the last stretch near her house, leaned on the shovel to catch his breath, then turned back down the block without saying a word. Miss Evelyn opened the door and asked him why he did it. He smiled politely, like someone caught doing something they never expected to be noticed, and he told her he used to work maintenance, one of the old plants before it shut down. 12-hour shifts. Snow never stopped production. Somebody always had to keep the walkways clear so people could get to their stations safely. And after the plant closed, the quiet messed with him more than the cold ever did. And he missed having a reason to get up early. He missed being useful. He missed the feeling that his hands still mattered. So every winter morning when the snow came, he grabbed his shovel and walked the block. Not for thanks, not for recognition, just to keep the neighborhood moving a little easier. Now Miss Evelyn thanked him and offered him coffee, and he waved it on and kept walking. And by the next storm, something changed. A second shovel appeared, then a third. A young guy started clearing the church steps. Someone salted the icy patches. A thermos showed up on a porch rail one morning with a handwritten thank you note taped to it. The path got wider, not because it needed to, but because people wanted to stand inside of it, together. And that block still gets buried every winter, and the wind still howls. The city still takes its time, reaching the side streets. And that narrow ribbon keeps showing up, not because of a program, not because of a budget, not because of a policy, just because one man refused to let usefulness retire. Sometimes a neighborhood doesn't need saving. Sometimes it just needs someone to quietly remind it how to care for itself again. Most of the good things in the world don't make headlines, but they're always there when you're listening for the small signal. Thanks for listening. Peace.